Shopify Sense Theme Customization 2023. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you all are doing great and are having an amazing and absolutely incredible day. In this video, I'm going to be going ahead and showing you how you can actually make an amazing looking store on Shopify using the Sense theme. So I'm going to show you how you can edit different headers, different spacers, footers, elements, whatever you want. We're going to add it all. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So to start things off, what we're going to want to be doing is we're going to click on login, and we're actually going to go ahead and log ourselves in to our Shopify store. Now, once you log into your Shopify store, you're going to get this basic interface. Okay, this is your very common and basic Shopify interface. Now, from here, what you're going to want to do is, first of all, know that it doesn't matter if you have a free trial. Like, as you can see, I'll be making all of this on a free trial. So you can actually design a store on a free trial, although you do get snubbed from a few features, but it still isn't too big of a deal because you still get pretty good idea of how to work with those features. So to begin things off, we're going to go over to online store. Okay, and once you come over to online store, let me just wait for it to load up. Over here, you're going to get the whole theme section. Okay, and to add the refresh theme, now as you can see, the refresh theme is clearly down here, but for a few people, it might not be down here. So how do you get to this place? You're going to click on add theme and click on visit theme store. Now, once you click on visit theme store, it's going to take you to the actual Shopify store. And over there, what we're going to want to do is, here you go, Shopify themes built for commerce, right? It's going to give us that. So you can just come up here in the search bar. And once you come up here in the search bar, just write Sense. Okay. And once you write Sense, as you can see, it gives you the Sense theme. So we're going to click on it. And once you click on it, it gives you this. So it's a free theme, mega menu, sticky headers, many different features. So I'm going to click on try theme. And what this does is it adds the Sense theme to my online store. It doesn't publish it, so don't worry about that. It will not make this your go-to default theme. As you can see, it gets added over here. So my default theme is this, the Dawn theme. But as you can see, they added this in like another section that I can customize and publish later on. So let's actually get into the customization and talk about all the fun things that come with the Sense theme. So to start things off, what we are going to want to be doing is we're going to first of all configure that there's different views to work with. So first of all, there's the desktop view that you can edit in. There's the mobile view or the phone view, and then there's full screen. Okay, so all these three views are views that you are going to need to work on. So, you can get a general idea of how the whole, page looks when you're working with it. Then, obviously, moving on, once you get the idea of that, then there's this section over here, like navigator, that navigates you to different places. So currently we're in the home page. Then if you click on products, you can go to any product page. So let's say if I go to default products, it's going to take me to my default product page, which is this. Then, you could have a collections page. And again, it's going to take me to my assigned collections right here. Moving on, it takes me even deeper into different pages that I might have. Let's say I have this contact page. I'm going to go there. Look at that. There's my contact page. So, you get a pretty good general idea of it. So let's say if I were in the products page and I was in the mobile view, you get different sectioning. And obviously this looks a lot different than what it looked in the normal view, right? So you can actually go ahead and mess around with this theme setting as well. So for that, you're going to come to theme settings on the left hand side. And first of all, to start things off, what you're going to want to be doing is you're going to want to make sure that the coloring of the page is as you like. So as you can see, you can actually change the scheme of the page. So let's say we have this scheme. You want to change the background to a little, where's the background color? I guess, yeah, that's the background gradient. So you can actually go ahead and change that for yourself if you want to, like give it a reddish shade, if you know what I mean. And then as this loads up, your style gets embedded. So, these are the colors. There you can see I changed the colors and that's how it looks. And same goes with the buttons over here. So you can change the text as much as you want. Then you have these colors over here, these themes like button colors and all. So obviously, as you can see, it's clearly purple right now, but I can make it into any other color. You have the solid button label, change it to anything else, and it's going to change the solid button. So these are different editing schemes that you can go with, and obviously you have to configure out which editing scheme is for what. And obviously every different color has different color schemes for itself. But yeah, that's the general idea of the whole theme setting thing. And you can even change the text colors for yourself if you want to. Like make the text yellow, make the texts look like they're flying, all these different editorial sequences that you can add for your page. It's all possible through the theme settings section. Now, you can also add a new scheme in this, okay? And that new scheme will actually allow you to add more stuff into your page. And that obviously improves the level of coloring, that obviously improves the level of working, and it's really much better in my opinion. So once you're done with this, obviously that's the coloring scheme. And then you can also test out the hyperlinks of the page. So let's say if someone was to click buy it now on this product, you can see where they would be redirected. So obviously they would be redirected to the checkout page over here. So, you can get a pretty general idea. So I'm going to click on back, and as you can see, it brings me back here. Now, moving on, let's say once we're over here, let's go over to typography. So you can actually change your font as well in the typography section. So let's say if I were to go on change, you have all these different system fonts. Now my, default font is Harmonia Sans. So right now it's like this. Let's go ahead and change it to something more fun, if you know what I mean. Let's go ahead and make it April Fat Face, okay? And I'm going to click on select, and you're going to visibly see the font change. There we go. So how are we going to change these fonts down here? These small fonts. You can just come down to the body fonts, click on change, and once you come over here, let's say I'm going to make these into Arimo. Okay, click on select, and you're going to see them visibly change. And there you go. So obviously these are all the body fonts that you can change for yourself. You can also choose the font size on scale and add the best outlook to all of this. So yeah, that's when it comes to working with the typography. Then there's, your logo and favicon. Now, what's the logo and favicon? Logo is what's essentially going to be added to your store in the top left. So your logo is going to be added in where it says my store. You can either add your logo or your store's name. So that's where the logo comes. So if I were to give you an example, let's say I'm going to click on select image, and I'm going to go on add images. And once we go on add images, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. I have a PNG of an image. Just going to go ahead and upload it. And once I've uploaded this image, what I'm going to do is show you what the whole logo scheme looks like. So once you've added your logo over here, look at that. It gets adjusted. So obviously this is the Nike logo, but I just gave you a brief example of how you can adjust your logos in, your basic Shopify's editor as well. Now, once you've adjusted your logo, from here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to come to your favicon. Now, what is your favicon? Your favicon is this logo over here. So, you have these tabs. Like if I were to go on YouTube, let's say, on YouTube, we're going to get the play button on the left-hand side of the tab. On Shopify, we get the Shopify logo on this tab. You get the whole concept of it. So you have this YouTube button. You get the point. This is your favicon image, and this gives a very good general outlook of your page, and it's just a good selection. It's a good addition to your page, if you know what I mean. And do make sure that this is not some dark colors, because if it's a dark color, like as you can see, my tab section is totally darked out. So if you have a dark color favicon, it's going to be blended into the dark colored background, and that's going to make a lot of issues. So you can't always bet on people having a white background, right? So obviously I'm not going to add my logo same as the main image. I'm going to go ahead and find different PNGs. So let's say I have this PNG over here that I want to add. So I'm just going to add this PNG as my favicon. I'm going to wait for it to load up. And once it loads up, I'm going to click on done. And once you click on done, it starts loading up, and now it has become your favicon officially. Now you can't really configure it out to see if it has become your favicon, but if I, click on save right now, Okay, and I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna click on view your online store. And as I click on view my online store, just gonna wait for things. Obviously, this is in the phone mobile view, and I clearly have not published my Sense theme. Okay, so if I publish my Sense theme, that will obviously automatically start giving me the whole idea. But just to give you an example, do make sure to keep saving your data. But yeah, as you can see, I loaded that in. There's my logo. And look at that. There's my favicon that I just added. So how incredible is that? You know, and you can see the changed fonts. You can see the gradients, the changed, color types and all. So you get the whole point of it. Looks pretty nice. Looks pretty good. And it gets you well off to go to, actually work with other things as well. And the thing is, you can actually change the size of this as well by clicking on edit, and you can add focal points and make it quite bigger if you want to. But I think it looks good right now, so I'm just going to leave it to that. Well, after all of this, once you've, talked about colors and all, let's move over to your layout settings. So layout is basically your page width, like how big you want your page to be, how big you want the spaces between your template sections to be, and a whole lot more. So that's your page width and the width of the amount of elements or components you can add into your page. Then there's animations. Animations are, when people scroll, if the components or elements on your page are going to be animated or not. So let's say we have these buttons over here. I'm going to add 3D lift animation on these. I'm going to click on save, and I'm going to come to the store over here. I'm going to reload it. And once you reload it, if I go to any product page, so let's say I'm going to go to this one, and as you scroll down, obviously, look at that. So it adds a 3D lift type of thing into your page. So it's a pretty fun thing to add, and animations are good. Who doesn't like animations? Then there's buttons. You can actually add button settings. You can make variations of buttons if you want to. And then there's a whole lot of other things like product cards, collection cards, medias, card checkout, custom CSS, theme styling, whatever you want. It's all available. So obviously edit in different views for yourself. For now, I'm going to switch to desktop view because that's the view I mainly would like to work on right now. Now, once you're over here, obviously, this is something that I made beforehand. Let me show you how you can start from scratch, okay? So you've added your theme. I showed you how to add your logo. I showed you how to change your settings and all. How do you change the coexisting text? So obviously over here we have the announcement bar, right? Now this came with a template. Now if I want to change the text off it, I'm going to click on the announcement bar. And once you click on the announcement bar, what's going to happen from here is on the right hand side, it's going to open up some texts, right? And in the text setting, it's going to give me a lot of things. So, first of all, there's the color scheme that I can choose. These different color schemes that I created. Let's say I want to choose this, and look at that. It's going to make it purple. I'm going to choose this. It's going to make it green. I'm going to choose this. It's going to make it white. Those are the color schemes that you can change from theme settings to give different color sectioning to different things in your store. So you want to change the text, you're simply going to come on the left hand side, and as you can see under the announcement bar, you have this text over here. So just click on that, and look at that. You can add your very own details. So welcome to our store. Let's say I'm going to add sale ends in 2 days. Okay, we're going to add that. And look at that. So just add stuff like that, which makes your page stand out more. And once you've changed your textings, same goes with every other thing. Anything you want to change, just click on it, and then you can either get the text options over here or you can get them under here. And you can change the sizing. Let's say I want to keep it small. So, pretty easy stuff. Then you have the images section. So as you can see, this image over here is pretty empty, right? So how do you add an image? You're simply going to click on this again, as I stated. You simply click on a blank space or a filled space, and you can add any type of editorial detail in it. So I'm going to click on this. And once you click on this, I'm going to click on select image. Once you click on select image, we're going to click on add images. And once we click on add images, what you're going to do from here is you get a whole plethora of gallery views and images. So I'm just going to go ahead and add an image that I picked off of the internet. So I'm going to wait for this to load in. And once it gets uploaded, let's go ahead and actually add it into our design. So there's the image. I'm going to click on done. And once you click on done, there we go. So you can add that. And then you can actually add images into this design as well that you have over here. And obviously you can change the gradient in the background by changing the color scheme for it as well. But yeah, you can see it gives a pretty nice outlook. It gives a pretty nice look to the whole page. And I like the whole viewing of it. Then we scroll down. Here's where you get your featured products. Now you're probably wondering, where does one get products like these? How did I get products in? So to get your products into your store, first of all, you're going to need to add your products in the product section over here. So you're going to go over to your product section. You're going to go and click on add product. And once you click on add product, just add anything. Like, let's say I'm going to add a coat. Let's just add coat. You're going to give the details of the coat, what the coat constitutes, how the coat works, etc., etc. Give your description. Then you need to add a photo. Now, adding media for any product that you're going ahead and disclosing, it's pretty necessary and pretty compulsory. So I would definitely urge you to add it. So let's say I'm going to go ahead and add this picture over here. This isn't a code, but close enough. Then I'm going to add the pricing for it. So let's say the compare ad price is the cutoff price, which says that, oh, it was this much, but now it's this much. Please do buy, etc. Pretty simple stuff. Then you can choose your inventory. So your inventory could be any drop shipping providers or multiple locations. I'm just going to go with a random drop shipping provider. Then it says track quantity. The quantity is pretty important because, you are going to need to make sure that the quantity that you have is on point and pretty, upfront, straight up. So, yeah, make sure the quantity is right. You can add in the stock keeping unit, you can add in the barcodes to it, add in the weight of the physical product. So, I'm going to add that in. And once you do that, finally click on save. And as we click on save, it's going to load things in. So, if it has any product, just go ahead and add the SKU code, add in the barcode. And once you all do all of that, simply click on save. There we go. So now we've saved a new product, right? And once you've saved a new product, what you're going to do from there is we're going to come back, okay? And in the product section, you can see you can't really see it now. So I'm going to click on save to save all my changes. I'm going to click on reload, okay? And once we click on reload, you can see that it's going to come right to a point where there we go. So there's the new product that I added. So how incredible is that? That you can add products just like that if you wanted to. So it's that easy and that simple. Now, the products get added themselves and even their descriptions. So let's say if someone was to click on my products over here, they're going to go to the product page. They're going to get the variants of the products that I added, the variant pictures. Then there's different variants of sizes, colors. There's the text. Now, all of this that they're getting, I didn't add this through my designer. I added it through the product section. So if I were to go over this over here, as you can see over here, I added the name, I added the description, I added all the media, I added all the variants, I added all the sizes, and then all the variant locations, okay? Now, obviously this is hard work over here, but it saves you a lot of time in this section. So as you can see, all it gets added over here with the variants, with the variant images, and a whole lot more. So once all of this gets added, you're saved a lot of time, okay? It's pretty simple to just keep it like this. Now, once you have this, and if you want to edit some places in this, you can, again, as I stated, just go ahead, click on the section, and you can make this into a drop down if you want to. Like, let's say we want it all to be in a drop down. Then you have the quantity counter. You can remove the quantity counter. You can add it however you want. Then there's things like add to cart and buy it now buttons. So how can you mess around with the settings of these? Now, there's no official way to do that other than coding, okay? And how do you code? Well, if you're good at coding and if you know what you're doing, then you need to try this. So you're going to come over to your designer or your Shopify editor. Over here, click on these three dots and you're going to go over to edit code. And once you click on edit code, it's going to open up the code designer of your page. And if you obviously know coding like JavaScript, HTML, CSS, if you know all of that, you can start coding over here because let's say we're going to open this up and it's going to give you these codes. And if you understand the linings of these, do make sure to go ahead and use them. But if you don't, then I would not recommend you to mess around with them. Then moving on, Once you've added all of this, now let's talk about how you're going to add pages. So as you can see, I have 3 pages right now: home, catalog, and contact. So let's say I want to add an about page, right? So to add pages, you're going to come over to your online store and click on pages over here. Once you click on pages, I'm going to click on add page. And once I click on add page, let's say I'm going to add an about us page. And then you can actually add in different contents for the page. I'm just going to keep it basic, and I'm going to click on save. And once you click on save, do make sure that once you create a page, you're going to go into navigation. And once you go into navigation, you're going to go into main menu. Okay. And once we go into main menu, click on add menu item. You're going to click on search or paste a link, go on pages, and here's your about us page. So you're going to add that, click on save menu. And once you do that, I'm just going to make sure to save everything. And once everything is saved, I'm going to come back here, go over to online store. I'm going to click on customize. And now it's going to take me back to the main editor. Now, once we are over here and you have all that, you're going to come up here and you can see that added an about us page. So that's how you can add a page and actually add different things into it. So let's say about us page is going to be totally empty, right? So let's say we want to add some things in it. So you're going to come here, and to add things or components or sections or any type of content in your page, you're going to come here where it says template. The template section is your mid section that you can add things. And obviously there's the header, there's the footer. I'm going to keep them untouched because the template makes them pretty well off. But in the main section, let's say you're going to click on add section and you get all these options. So you can add a featured collection of products. You can add a featured product. You can add a whole collection list, rich text, which is text like this over here. This is rich text basically. So you can add things like that. Then there's image with text. Okay, so there's going to be an image and there's going to be a text. There's an image banner that you can add. Slideshows, collages, multi-columns, collapsible content, email sign up, contact form, video, whatever you want. So let's say there's email sign up over here already, but you can add email signups like that. Then you can add contact forms like that. Then, even as I stated, you can add your very own image banners to work with. Okay, so let's say I'm going to add my image banner over here. Now, once you've added your image banner, you're probably wondering, how do we move things up and down? So simply just come to the left-hand side and you're going to move this right here on the top of the page. There we go. So yeah, you have all the banners like that. So pretty simple, right? Now, again, in the image banner, you can add your very own images. And after you've added your own images, you can actually go ahead and edit them pretty simply as well by adding content above it. You can add different texts above it. Talk about your product, actually constitute your product, tell people what it's actually about, tell people how you work with it, and just add different text to your image banner. You can change the size of the text. You can also give it different button labels, like where these images actually take you, where this content actually takes you. It's pretty easy, pretty basic stuff to get your head around. And obviously, once you're done with all of this, nothing completes a an online store more than adding product reviews or product review sections for your actual products. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to click on save, and I'm going to go to default page, and I'm going to click on products, and we're going to go over to our products. Okay, so as you can see, my products have no reviews on them. So how are we supposed to get stuff like that? So for that, I'm going to make sure to exit. Now once I exit out of that, we're going to click on apps. We're going to go on all recommended apps. We're going to click on Shopify App Store. Now once you go there, we're going to search up an app called LOOX, or Lux, if you may. So there we write LOOX, okay? And once you write that, we're simply going to click on enter. So Lux reviews, for product reviews and photos. So you can use this. You can also use Ali reviews, which is product reviews through AliExpress, AutoZS, CK, all these different review builders, okay? These are different things that can import reviews to your actual product, okay? Giving it some insight, giving it some flair, giving it some sense of reality, okay? It gives people a whole concept that, okay, this product might be legit. This product might be something pretty, awesome. It might be pretty useful. So, yeah, it gives people that sense of reality. And trust me, everyone wants that sense of reality once in a while. So, I would definitely want you to add this. And once you've added this, let's say we have our store done, right? Now, if you want to publish your store, simply come here, click on publish. I'm going to click on publish over here. And once you click on publish, what's going to happen from there is, yeah, you're going to be set to go. So here it's published. I'm going to click on view my online store. And let's go ahead and walk everything through. So there's the Nike logo, there's my favicon as we scroll down, and the text is popping up. That's what I added. Then we have this content section over here, a whole lot of great things to work with. There's the drop down menus for the variants. And once we talk about that, then there's the About Us page. There's, different textings that I added, different sections, contact form, subscribe form, and all. It has it all, and it gives us a pretty general idea of working with online stores and all. So yeah, that's pretty much about it for this video. Now, if you enjoyed watching, please do make sure to drop down a like on this video and subscribe to this channel. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please let me know down in the comments below and I'll be making more for you. And if you have any issues in this video, please let me know that as well, and I'll obviously resolve those issues for you down in the comment section below. But yeah, that's pretty much about it for this video. Now, again, thank you for watching. Drop down a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see all of you incredible people in the next video. Have a great day, and I'll see all of you next time. Goodbye.